been an amazing last few months here at Kathleen Valley. We're moving 1.5 million tonnes of ore every month. We've got earthworks happening across the job. We're pouring about 1,000, 1,500 cubes of concrete every month into the ground. We're nearly 70% through our concrete. Our SAG mill is up in the air. The crusher is starting to take shape. Our camp is nearly complete. We have nearly 600 people now on site as construction ramps up and we really push to our target of being complete mid-next year. The con storage shed was finished some months ago and is being used to store equipment that we ordered up to 18 months ago. A lot of Liontown's, prior planning has been focused on early ordering of equipment that is now really bearing fruit because all of the equipment for the project is either in Perth or on site.
So in the last couple of months for this pit, we've pretty much been developing the last benches in preparation for the underground works to start. And then just this week, we've recently completed the last of the blasts and the last of the mining for the last bench. So now the works are underway to start preparing for the underground works. There's going to be a sump, a big underground sump for storm water. So that's what is the next stage that we'll be developing. And then from there, he will just be handed over to underground to start doing the portal works. We'll be having 6 portals in this box cut. Normally mines have 1 or 2 portals, but this one will have 6 different portals, just so we can have a one-way circuit. It's not only good for productivity, but it's also for safety, considering the amount of movement we'll be having and also the size of the ore body.
I'm standing in front of the flotation area, which is currently one of the key focuses for construction. One of the key points of difference at Kathleen Valley is that we will use a whole-of-ore flotation flow sheet, whereas many other hard rock lithium miners are currently using a dense media separation process in combination with flotation. At Kathleen Valley, we won't use dense media separation, we'll float the entire process stream. And that has a number of advantages. Firstly, it's a simpler and more robust processing circuit with greater operational certainty. Secondly, it allows us to consistently produce a high-spec product, that being a 6% spodumene concentrate. And thirdly, it allows us to recover tantalum from the entire process stream, whereas if we use DMS in combination with flotation, we'd only recover tantalum from about 50% of the process stream. One of the advantages we have here at Kathleen Valley is that we're a part of the next generation of lithium producers, and that allows us to take learnings from what's been done prior to us and make improvements upon that.
The last 3 months, the final ore bin's turned up on the site. We've had a number of cranes assemble that final ore bin onto the structure. That actually bolts down. So what we've learnt from other lithium miners is the spodumene is very abrasive, and we've installed these liners in the bin to give it the longevity of the life of the bin.
When we negotiated our native title agreement, a key facet of that was that all waste would be fed into infrastructure. All of the waste out of the current pits has been fed into the ROM pad and into the concurrent build of both tail cells. The tailings dam is nearing completion. It's a plastic line facility, so we recover as much water as possible, and it's been built from waste directly out of the mine to final height.
At the solar farm here in particular, they've installed over 50% of the 442 Maverick frames, and it's progressing on. They're starting to put the cable ladder in for the cables. They'll soon deploy the other 50% of the solar farm, and it's all ahead of schedule. The wind turbines, all the areas being cleared already for the crane pad and the construction laydown area. They've already dug out the foundations for all 5 turbines, and they've started installing the rebar for wind turbine 5.
We've recently completed our Jones Creek crossing. This has been a major achievement for the project. This is a key part of our native title agreement and our cultural heritage management plan with the Jewel. We've made a lot of effort to ensure that that crossing complies with what they want and actually has long-term benefits in terms of the creek's integrity. A key part of that crossing was to take all of our traffic from the daily traffic from the camp and back to the site and back to the mine off the main highway. This ensures our personnel can travel between the camp and site, never actually going on the main highway.